YouTubers. So I thought it might be helpful for other folks if I did a video on this this box here. This box contains a rooftop tent, which I ordered on July the 2nd from Overton's. Overton's is is a company. I think they do mainly boat type products and services, but it's a sister company to Gander's and Camping World, and I think they're all part of the Marcus Lemonis business empire. I know him as the Prophet from his TV show, which I actually really like. I respect what he does on that show and find myself nodding away to his business philosophy and practices. Anyway, so this came from Overton's. First off, I thought I'd do a video, maybe a couple of videos actually, because if it works out okay, and we'll find out shortly, this is going to be a great buy, because these rooftop tents, this is a hard shell one, can be very expensive. They can be well over $3,000. But this one I purchased for, it was $1,400 at their discounted price. Again, it's available on all three of their sites, Camping World, Overton's and Gander. It was at $1,400, and then I got a further 10% off. So I actually paid $1,260 plus taxes for it, and that included free shipping. I placed the order on July the 2nd, got a confirmation email then from Overton's. In fact, I got two emails on that day. One saying thank you for your order. The second one confirming the details of the order, saying that it might take longer than usual because of the circumstances, i.e. COVID-19, for the shipping, but not giving me any more information, saying I would get a confirmation email when it shipped. Well, none of that ever happened. So it felt like I was in a black hole. It's July the 21st today, so it's about 19-20 days. The first I knew that it was actually on its way was when the freight company called me last week to let me know it was coming and to make sure I was available. So they did a good job. So anyway, here it is. It arrived on a semi. We live on a dirt road. I told them a semi would be difficult, but they managed to get it up here. But of course, all they could do was get it off and leave it in the middle of the dirt road. So thankfully, I have some forks on my John Deere 445 garden tractor there, so I was able to pick it up and bring it in here, much to, I think, the surprise of the driver, who thought I wasn't going to be able to manage it with this, such a big box. This is about 8 feet long, just under 5 feet wide, about 12 inches high, and it sits on a small pallet. So let's see how it all works out. Again, I'm hoping it's going to be for the, really an excellent buy, and something I'm going to be able to use. I plan to put this on the roof of my Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk and go off and do some solo camping with it, and sort of camping that my wife has no interest in doing. So anyway, I'm going to start opening it now, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I've just removed the cling film. As you can see, the state of the box is a little unnerving. Hopefully the content is going to be in good shape. It's like the box started breaking up and they added some more cardboard to it. All right, let's see. So this piece of cardboard was just sort of strapped on top. When this is removed, this is what's underneath. Ay, ay, ay. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because if this is all broken up, they're going to have to take it back, which is going to be a nightmare, I'm sure. Okay, not very nice. So underneath all that gouged cardboard is the shell itself. And, it has got plastic wrap all over it, thankfully, but I don't know, it's scuffed up in places. And I don't know if you can see, but there's this huge dent on the roof. The whole thing is concaved. Now, if that's meant to pop out, I don't know. We'll see. But it's a little unnerving. It's just so inadequately wrapped. I'm just wondering if it's one of those ghastly situations where it's been, sent back from somewhere, and I'm the guy at the other end that's gonna have to put up with it, or however they expect the customer to handle this kind of thing. Okay. As I peel back the blue plastic, and it's very difficult because it's so scuffed up, it's sort of adhering in tiny little pieces to get it off, but you can see all the scuffing. Now, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't get too excited about that because it's going to be on the roof of the car and it's going to be exposed to the elements up there. But I'm more concerned about the huge indentation there. Maybe it's like a kayak, you know. You can leave it out in the heat, plastic kayaks, and they'll pop up into shape. So maybe that is what might happen here. I'm willing to give that a try, but right now I'm nervous. It looks as though it might have some problems that are going to force me to send this back. Whereas this blue plastic, this protective coating, plastic should normally just peel right off easily, I would have thought. It's taking forever because it is so sort of adhering. It's so ground into the grain of the shell itself that it's coming off in little tiny bits. You can see it's sort of really. I pull it and it doesn't come off, it just comes off in little bits at a time. And you can see the scuffing on the top there, and you can see the indentation, big indentation. I mean, these aren't meant to carry weight on the roof of these things. And clearly something's been sitting on there. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just open it up now because, quite frankly, why bother with getting off the blue plastic here? It's all academic at this point if there's other damage or if this doesn't improve. Okay, so I've undone the cinch straps, 2 at the front and 2 at the back, and I've just gave a little lift to the front here, or whatever it is, the back, and it popped up nicely. Okay, I can see some things worthy of comment already, but let's just pull up the other side. On the right. Okay. So now it's up. Alright, so there's indentation here. That's pushed in a little there. Oh, there's some indentation there on the aluminum. Yeah, I don't know, maybe that's meant to be like that. It's certainly tending in on this side here, down the side from the corner. Here too, so maybe that is meant to be, I'm not sure. Alright, I'm going to take a look inside. Okay, so inside, I'm just checking out everything here. And essentially, it's everything you would expect to have inside a one of these pop-up tents, rooftop tents. These I know would be the supports for the lift-up porches on either side. Seems to be all the fitting hardware there in that bag. It's like a shoe bag that you can hang, I guess. And this looks as though it's something you would hang up from the roof for, putting your bits and pieces. And this is definitely a bag. I opened it up already with a ladder. I haven't taken the ladder out yet. Now, I have to tell you, if you look at the listing on either Camping World, Overton's or Gander, they don't mention a ladder, they don't mention any of the details. I mean, it's such a bad listing on all 3 websites. I did call the company and spoke to a customer service representative before buying it with all the questions. Does it have this? Does it have that? And he couldn't answer me, but he did the right thing. He then, while I was on the line, apparently spoke with Trustmade, whoever they are, that's the manufacturer, and came back and kind of half-heartedly confirmed most of these details, but there was such a lack of information. So I knew when I was buying it, I was taking a sort of a flyer, but and by the way, the mattress feels pretty good. I haven't been in there yet, but it feels pretty good. Now here's the thing that concerns me. There's a couple of nice dead bugs in here. Is that a Chinese bug or is that an American bug? I don't know. And some other sort of bits of debris. And I don't know whether this has been used and returned or whatever. I'm going to have to take a good look. I see some scuffing in the ceiling up there. Can you see that? In the corner, the lining's torn up. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so I'm there inside. Actually, I quite like it. It's the mattress feels okay. I mean, I like a firm mattress anyway. I'm a firm bed, firm mattress sleeper, so this will do me. Others might expect it to be a little softer, a little thicker. I just put my foot up there and it popped. So I'll have a look from the outside, but maybe that's dealt with a dent. However, this scuffing up here on the ceiling is unfortunate. Particularly, this might, you know, with heat come out as it warms up. This, though, is damage. Sadly, it just impairs the look of the thing. I have to say, by and large, it feels quite well made. I mean, essentially, this is like a clone of some of the big brand ones, which cost, as I say, 2,000 to 3,000, maybe more. Which is what I anticipated when I was looking at it, trying to work out what it was. Okay. Let's keep looking. So I just removed the mattress. That's what it looks like. It's like a, I don't know, almost like a laminate sort of, whether that's wood or artificial wood. Yeah, it doesn't feel like real wood. Lots of little shards of aluminum from the manufacturing. Couple more bugs. Certainly one wouldn't want to start using this without washing the cover of the mattress. The mattress is here. It does unzip. Again, yeah, it's difficult to know. Okay, I'm going to vacuum that out and see where we go from here. Just checked out the ladder, and frankly, it's pretty good. It's very solid. It opens up very smoothly. It's the only thing that actually comes within a little manual, instructions, and it is easy to, you just, one section at a time, as you lower it, you just hit those little buttons either side there, and it just drops automatically, section at a time. So yeah, that's a nice ladder. I don't know how much these are, but they didn't spare on the ladder. And quite frankly, the materials I'm looking at, the fabric materials, I believe this unzips if I remember right. I need to check that. This is very well, it feels strong, feels almost sort of rubberized on the inside, or whatever they call that kind of fabric. It's not one of these cheap tent fabrics. It feels very weatherproof. Again, only usage will determine that. It's a shame that they did such a lousy job of packaging, because it's not a bad product at all, and for the money it's quite remarkable compared with these others. And it's, you know, it's I'm not going to start mentioning other brands, but if you've checked out what's on the market and what they ask for these, it's a direct clone of ones that cost, again, in the 2 to 3 and 3 plus kind of range. So I just pulled this skirt down all around, which is what you have to do to keep the water out of the bottom part of the shell. It was very tight. Now obviously it needs to be a snug fit. It was very tight, especially on the corners. Having said that, I'm assuming that when left, you know, when it's been down like this for a while, it should stretch and get a little easier each time. That would be my assumption anyway. There's a little Velcro here, but really when you release that, it doesn't really loosen up much at all. Again, so after the initial shock, you know, the scuffing is that there's this nasty dig right across here, which I shouldn't be, obviously, and some scuffing here that might sort of clean out a little bit with some Armor All or whatever. Is that nasty tear inside on the ceiling. I need to have a good look underneath as well, because God knows what that could be like. You know, it's such a sad thing. Marcus Lemonis, if you watch his show, he talks about the 3 Ps. Products, people, and process, or people, products, and process. I forget the order exactly, but it all makes sense to me when I'm hearing him. You know, looking at this, I would say their process has been really screwed up, because after getting that initial email that said the order was taken, I never heard from them again. After 1 week, by the way, I tried to call to get some more information as to when I might expect it, and I couldn't get through. I gave up trying. Then I did send an email asking on the same day. That was again about a week after placing the order. Never responded, never had a response to that. And then eventually it just showed up, as I say, once, and I knew the only thing I ever heard from was the freight company. So, you know, Mr. Lemonis, you know, the 3 Ps part, you know, process isn't working there. People-wise, I did speak to one person, as I say, who was genuinely trying to help me, but didn't have the product knowledge. So I don't know, is that a people problem or a process problem? And product, I think it's a great product. I'm looking more and more and seeing that it's a nice piece of equipment. It's, you know, but you know, it needed to be boxed properly. It's just not right. And okay, so it's a lot less money than one of the big brand equivalents. Having said that, it's still, you know, it still cost me $1,300 plus some tax or whatever. So it's not inexpensive. That's still a lot of money to have an inferior, you know, or damaged product. So anyway, I'm going to call the company and have a chat and see either I'm going to send it back or see if they're prepared to do something to sort of make it more palatable. So I guess before calling them, I really should check out everything. So I've just put up these porches. They just take a few seconds just to put these spring stays in place and hook this over. There's a nice rod across here to give it good support as well. When you want to drop this, there is a zip and Velcro to bring it down and seal up the doorway. Obviously there's a screen inside each main doorway. I guess if you have I mean, it's possible to go in from the back as well. These open up as well, but the doorways are obviously on the sides on this model. Again, you know, everything seems to be, the quality is pretty good. It's just a shame that the way it arrived. Obviously somebody's enjoying it already and thinks it makes a good home. He's not complaining, Huey. Yeah, pretty good so far. Okay, so I've just tried calling Overton's. I tried twice. The first time I got the menu and it said hit 2 for customer service, and I hit 2 and nothing happened. I hit 2 again, I hit 2 again, I hit 2 again, and it went on, and they kept giving me the options and nothing was happening. So I rang back, and that time I hit 2 and I did seem to get to the next level of menu and was put on hold for customer service, and I waited and waited and kept getting those, you know, call demand or high demand, blah 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 messages, and 15 minutes later I just gave up. I will try again, but so right now this is where I stand on this, and I hope, you know, other people find this of help. This is a really nice roof tent as I see it right now, without actually having it on the car and being able to test it properly. The way it's made, the way it's put together, I'm really, you know, pleased. This whole inner lining, the tent itself actually is all unzippable, so you can use the box. Just the shell is just a you know, a roof box, a freight box. I'm unlucky to do that because I have other options, but it still makes it more versatile. And the fabric is great quality. The mattress is nice. All the accessories that come with it are nice. I've got the porches on it right now, and They look pretty good, and you know, everything is pretty good right now, apart from the fact that it was a very bad customer experience unboxing the thing, finding damage, finding how badly packaged it had been. And then now this is where I stand. The dent has gone. I pushed it out and there's heat on it now. It's a hot day, and the dent seems to have completely disappeared, that huge dent. So I'm okay with that. The digs on the top, the scuffing and that, quite frankly, I think a little armor roll will make all the difference there. So it really boils down to the lining, this inner lining here. Which is not good, you know. I mean, it's got some nasty nicks and tags in it. So I'm going to call them and see if they, I don't know if they can send a lining. It doesn't look like it, but see what they're prepared to do. I hope I'm not going to have to compromise just to avoid the aggravation of sending it back. But anyway, this is where I stand right now. I think it's a great product for the money. The company gave me, there was no information. It's like I say, guy going into a black hole and hoping it shows up, and it did show up. You know, if they could do a better job with their packaging, it would be a great product. So my next stage is, if I do keep it, I'm probably going to, we'll be putting it on the roof of my Trailhawk. I'm getting some new rails from Rocky Road Outfitters for that, because you know, all the recommendations of within the sort of Jeep community, the Trailhawk community, is that you need stronger rails, put anything substantial on the roof of the Trailhawk. So when I've got those rails, they're meant to be coming tomorrow, I can fit those and I can put this up, and I'll probably do another 1 or 2 videos, because again, if you're like me and you're interested in these roof tents, you're looking around and you see these deals and you're wondering what the heck, you know, because there's so little information. So this is it, this is the real thing, this is how it arrives, or arrived for me, and this is what you get for your money. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this, I hope you have, please give me a like, and better still, subscribe. If you're used to seeing my videos on the tractors, I apologize to my regular viewers for not having much about John Deere tractors, my 445, 455, 425 tractors and equipment, but this was something different. Anyway, have a great day, and thank you for viewing.